On her way home, this woman encountered a tanuki that could understand human speech. Not only could it understand, but it could also write and ask for someone to adopt it. Initially, the girl, who had no time for pets, planned to refuse. However, when she saw the tanuki offering an umbrella to her as she got caught in the rain, and giving her a high five, she was touched by its thoughtfulness. Seeing how smart it was, she decided to adopt it. The appearance of the tanuki would completely change her life. The tanuki was so intelligent that it almost felt like a human. When they got home, it even folded its own cardboard box neatly.
畳んでるって何犬？器用。
Once again, the girl was amazed by its cleverness. The girl, Annie, was a solitary novelist. She didn't like socializing much, so she had few friends. Her home was tidy and quiet, until the tanuki arrived, bringing warmth to her otherwise cold and quiet life. After settling the tanuki in, Annie started writing. At that moment, the tanuki appeared at her feet, and she was struck by how adorable it was. Wanting to pet it, Annie reached down, but the tanuki grabbed the pen from her hand and began writing on the floor. Curious about what it wanted to express, Annie quickly handed it a notebook and waited eagerly. To her surprise, the tanuki was writing to thank her for taking it in. It was then that Annie realized that the stray tanuki must be hungry, but there was no food in the house suitable for an animal. So, she went to a nearby convenience store and, at the clerk's suggestion, bought some dog food. Luckily, the tanuki wasn't picky and happily ate the dog food. After eating, the tanuki began showing a mischievous side. Annie decided to take it to the vet the next day for a checkup and vaccination. Just like a normal dog, the tanuki was terrified of needles. When they arrived at the vet's office, the doctor was taken aback, having never treated a tanuki before. Annie had mistaken it for a small dog, and the doctor was about to correct her, but the tanuki panicked and quickly wrote, "I'm a dog." It feared that once Annie realized its true identity, she might not want to keep it, so it insisted on being a dog. The doctor, thankfully, did not expose it and gave it the vaccination as planned. Later, Annie took the tanuki for a walk in the park. There, a man was petting cats, and seeing how content the cats were, the tanuki couldn't resist running over. The man stopped when he saw the tanuki, and Annie quickly apologized, saying, "I just found this dog yesterday, so I haven't bought a leash yet." But the man doubted that it was a dog, and at that moment, the tanuki quickly wrote, "I'm a dog." The man had no choice but to remain silent. Annie, with a charming glance, made him blush instantly. With the tanuki by her side, Annie's life became warmer and more comforting. Whenever she felt exhausted from work, she would gently pet the tanuki, and all the fatigue from her work seemed to melt away. The tanuki began to inquire about Annie's work, and it proudly explained that its job was to make masks from leaves. To show Annie, the tanuki made several masks out of paper, and wore them to present to her. Annie, on the other As the day grew late, Annie decided to give the tanuki a bath. To her surprise, the tanuki was incredibly well behaved and not afraid of water.
どう？平気？平気そうだね。
But during the bath, Annie felt a bit exhausted. However, when she saw the tanuki become clean and fluffy, she felt all the hard work was worth it. While the tanuki was bathing, it curiously wanted to join Annie in the bath. Meanwhile, it was raining outside, and Annie left a small window open. Listening to the sound